Okay, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Scotty, and this is my Married to Medicine review. Before I get into the review, however, I just want to let you guys know that I have to do Growing Up Atlanta. I did not do the review because I knew the next morning I had to leave out to go to Newark. So, I'm going to do that review after I do this one. And then, you know, of course, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, that's coming on tonight. And I will be reviewing T.I. and Tiny, Friends and Family Hustle. I have to review that. But also besides that, be on the lookout because while I was in New York, I filmed the second episode of my newest segment called Unfiltered. I work with the likes of two up-and-coming YouTubers, live with Lovely Lee from the Live with Leah show, and Queen Bianca Brooks. We came together and we did an awesome video, and I edited the video as soon as I got home from the airport and all of that stuff. So that'll be coming out Wednesday, so be on the lookout for that. It's going to be me, Lovely Lee, and Queen Bianca Brooks. A great video. It was like almost 50 minutes long. That's probably the longest video that y'all have ever seen on my channel. But besides all of that, there's also the Zero Fucks Given vlog. I vlogged the entire trip of New York. The only thing that I didn't record was probably when I left to go visit my dad, my sister, and my grandmother and my aunt in Paterson, New Jersey. And you know, the times where we all went out to the club or whatnot. So there's certain things that I didn't film, but you know, I filmed the majority of the trip. So let's just get right into this video. So we're going to open it up with Simone and Jackie. Now, Simone is on 10. Okay, Simone is happy as fuck. She done got her a little bit of dick in her life, and she's happy as hell because that's basically the consensus of the whole conversation. You know, she basically told Jackie she done got her some dick and she don't know how to act. And you know what I'm saying? That's what happens when you don't have sex for a long time, and then, you know what I'm saying, you be hard and uptight and all of that stuff. And you know, folks been saying, you know, you've been snappy in your comments lately. Yeah, bitch, because I ain't had no sex in a while. So yeah, she's on 10 because she's had sex, and now she's happy that she got her a little bit of dick, you know, because that's what the fuck she needed, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, Jackie was like, she needed that because she's been uptight, she's been this, she's been that, and that's exactly what she's been. And you know, she had been thinking a lot about the sexual thing. She wants to connect, and she said Cecil put it down, and I believe it. But then they was talking about Quad and how you know, Simone was happy to see Quad, and all she wants Quad to know is that she's here for her and that she loves her. And Jackie was like, you know, we're gonna work on that. We're gonna make sure she understands that. You know what I'm saying? So Mariah and Aydin, there's a situation going on at Aydin's job, and it may cause him to relocate to either California, to Houston, or to South Carolina. Mariah is very much upset about that because because there's a big ass question mark in regards to that situation. So, you know, she's like, you know what I'm saying? Well, like, I love the South. That's all I've been around is the South. We've been in Atlanta for almost 10 years now, and Atlanta has been good to us. It's been doing, it has done a whole lot for us. You know what I mean? So, you know, she just felt like, you know, I'm not ready to leave. You know, I don't want to raise, you know, California is great. You know, Houston is great. Nothing against them, but I don't want to raise my kid there. I want to raise my kid in the South. And, you know, that's how I feel. You know, I love the South. I'm like born and raised in the South. You know, I love it. And, you know, my dad is in Jersey. You know, sometimes I feel like I won't prosper where I am. And, you know, a lot of the times people say, well, do you want to move to Atlanta? And I'll be like, no, I don't want to move to Atlanta. You know, everybody moves to Atlanta. I don't want to move to Atlanta. Do you want to move to Texas? You know, I might look at Houston, might look at Dallas. But then sometimes I feel like, should I go to Jersey? And if I go to Jersey or New York, would that better me as far as myself, as far as the person that I want to be, as far as the things that I want to accomplish? Would that be better for me if I was in Jersey or New York? And you know, sometimes I feel like it's not for me, but you know, I spent a lot of time in New York this past weekend, and it just made me feel like that's where I'm supposed to be, but I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? So, but I get what Mariah say because she's a country girl, just like I'm a country boy. And you know, I don't know. It's always difficult. And, you know, Aydin is cool as a cucumber about it, but Mariah ain't cool about it at all. You know what I'm saying? She's pretty much like, you know, I don't see how you're calm about this. You know, I'm uncomfortable. And, you know, Aydin's whole thing is we really don't know right now. You know what I'm saying? So just calm it down, keep it cute, and we're going to see how it goes. You know what I'm saying? So Heavenly, she talks to her doctor about her Miami trip. And, you know, she was talking about her issues with Mariah again. And one thing that she said that kind of stuck to me was that she said, well, you know, my sister used to lie on me just like Mariah lies on me. And I'm like, okay, so Mariah reminds her so much of her sister. And you know, her sister and her sister did not have the best relationship. And her and Mariah don't have the best relationship. So that pretty much mimics the fucked up relationship that she had with her sister. And sometimes people in our life can reflect on those that gave us a hard motherfucking time. It could be a family member, and sometimes you can dislike your family member just because they remind you so much of an outsider that treated you like shit. But they wasn't the ones that did it, but they remind you so much of them that you just can't fuck with them like that. And that could be the wrong way to be, but I do get it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a couple of people that reminds me of certain people. And I be like, I do not like this motherfucker. This motherfucker reminds me of this bitch. And this is why I didn't like that bitch. And because I didn't like that bitch, it's the same reason why I don't like your motherfucking ass. Because of that bitch and what the fuck she did or he did. So I do understand that. But, from what I saw in my comment section last week when I did my Married to Medicine review, someone said that Heavenly said her sister passed away. And I don't know how true that is. Allegedly, her sister passed away recently. And I feel bad because, you know, you can never have enough family. You know what I'm saying? And for years, I had issues with my siblings on my father's side. Not all of them, but two of them. One of my brothers and one of my sisters, I had major issues with the both of them. And I just, you know, it was because I was mad because they had a lot of my dad's time and I didn't get to grow up with my dad. You know, only got to see my dad like maybe once or twice a year, and they got to see him every day. You know, I kind of took it out on them. But they also didn't understand where I was coming from, either because in their eyes he was the best, but to me he was the worst because I never had what they had, and just like they never had the life that I lived either. So we come from two different worlds, and they're not gonna understand. So we butted heads a lot. And now after I visited them in New Jersey this past summer, we are getting along quite well. You know what I'm saying? I was glad that I was able to fix that and mend that relationship with them, because I would have hated, because they got kids now, and I want to be a part of my niece and nephew's life. So you know, it bothered me to hear that Heavenly sister died. You know, that's her sister, and no matter what the fuck they went through, at the end of the day, they should have been able to fix that. So that's kind of unfortunate if that's what happened. I got to go back and look at that. Quad. So she done moved out. She got her own place, her own resident, and her mama and her auntie is helping her out. And you know, this is hard for Quad. You know what I'm saying? And no matter what people think, I do believe that at some point Quad really did love Greg. But sometimes you fall out of love with people because of the way things are. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes things don't stay the way that they used to be. You know, I do believe that there was a disconnect at some point, but I don't want to say that Quad just never wanted Greg and Quad never wanted to be with him. I don't know why everybody believes that, you know. I don't know. But I do think that Quad is kind of hard to please, hard to get along with. She is a Taurus. And that's just what I think. But I think a lot of people are giving Quad a lot of slack. I don't understand where all this hate for her comes from. You know, if you see if you see any interview with her and they ask her any questions about her marriage, all you see is hate in the comment section. Like hate after hate after hate. You never see anybody support her. And it's like everybody's on the side of this man when he was the one who cheated on her. You know, went to a hotel with a whole nother bitch. So my thing about it is people cannot see past their dislike for people, and people really do hate Quad. But I do try to see everybody's point of view in every situation. So Toya, she finds out that Quad filed for divorce, in the blogs, and she's upset about it because yet again, Quad ain't telling her shit. And to be quite honest, Toya, it's like I do understand why you would be upset. I mean, at the end of the day, if I was in the public eye with my friends and, you know, I found out that my friend filed for divorce through the blogs, of course, maybe I would feel some type of way about it, but it's about your approach. And Toya's approach about the situation is all wrong. And that's why Quad is always on the defense with her, because she doesn't know how to approach a situation. You know, it's a way for you to ask somebody why they didn't tell you something. You don't have to be abrasive. You don't have to be brash about it. Just say what you got to say without being a bitch. And that's what you're doing. You're being a bitch. You're not being sensitive about what you're saying. The woman already fragile. She already dealing with this shit. Everybody is already speculating that she never loved the damn man from the beginning. Everybody is a Quad hate train already. So at the end of the day, why are you coming at her like that? Like, that's why she doesn't want to talk to you, because you yourself don't know how to talk to people. So you need to get a grip on that and just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Just wait till she's ready to talk to you. And when she's ready to talk to you, you ask her, you know, we supposed to be girls, bro. Why you didn't tell me? You know, why you didn't feel comfortable enough to tell me? Why you didn't trust me? You know what I'm saying? So I do get Toya from a certain angle, but the other angle is she just needs to watch how she talk to people. She needs to calm down her approach. She needs to soften it, be more gentle with her approach, and that's something that she doesn't know how to do. So it's time for the pajama party, and Quad walking in already. She's already feeling away. She said she doesn't really want to talk, you know what I'm saying, about what's going on, because she already feels the energy. But you know, Heavenly just wanted to know, was she okay? And she answered the question, but Toya was like, why is it that when they ask a question, you know, it's okay, but I can't? It's a difference, because you already on 10. You already raw, like you ready to go in already. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you've been on your stupid shit. From the moment the season opened up, you was on your stupid shit with Contessa, and you definitely on it with Quad right now. So I just really believe that you need to pipe the fuck down for a second. So they do the imitation game, and a game that has a potential to be messy, but it turns out not to be messy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't messy at all. It actually turned out to be quite fun, to be quite honest. And I didn't see nothing wrong with it. They had fun. So they had the question game, and you know, Jackie was like, when do you cut a friend off? And I totally agree with her answer, because I feel the same damn way. The way that I feel, because I hardly ever cut people off. That's one thing. I don't, and it may be my biggest downfall, my biggest flaw, because I'm a bit too nice and too trusting, but I don't cut people off that I genuinely care about, especially the friendship. I don't like to end friendships, especially friendships that I put a lot into. If we've been friends for over 2 years, baby, it's hard for me to let it go. You know what I'm saying? So I put a lot into my friendships. And like I said, like I say all the time, and you will see on my Zero Thanksgiving vlog sometime next week, most of my friends are childhood friends. Most of my friends have been my friends since I was in middle school, elementary school, high school, college. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of my friends are decades of friendship with some of my friends. So, but most of my friends, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, you know, when it comes down to a point where a person is lying to you, or when a person is snaking you, or when a person is just, you ask a person a person got an issue with you, you don't know they got an issue, but you ask them and they say no, but then you hear from other people that they got an issue. Or not even that. It's like, when it comes down to a point where you feel like you cannot trust me with anything, like you're going through something like Quad is, and you don't want to trust me enough to let me know what's going on, then yeah, it may be a point. Because what the fuck am I here for? Taking up space? If you just want to be a hangout buddy, just say, you know, I'm a hangout buddy. If you want to just be an acquaintance, want me to be an acquaintance of yours, just say that I'm an acquaintance of yours. Like, don't say friend, because when I say friend, I'm deep into it. Like, you are my friend. Like, I treat my friends like they're my family. And I go in for my friends. I go hard for my friends. Sometimes a little bit too hard for my friends. And that's why it's so heartbreaking to me when the friendship is over, because I put a lot into friendships. I make it my business to be there for my friends. This just like, for example, I have a friend that I have been friends with since the 7th grade. We were childhood friends. And, you know, sometimes when you get older, you grow apart. But, you know, when his father passed away, although we don't talk like that, I reached out to him because at the end of the day, it's that respect for that friendship. We were friends for a long motherfucking time. We had a long history. Like, we had been homeboys since the 7th grade. Like, that was my best friend. But even though we're not close anymore, I just go back to that place of that was my best friend. So his dad died, I got to be there for him, you know what I'm saying? Or I text him every now and then to check up on him, you know what I'm saying? Or even people that I wasn't friends with. It was a guy that I stopped that I cut off because he was fake as fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, he turned on me for no reason. And you know, we had been friends for years. Like, our friendship, I started being friends with him in probably 2006. Like, we was in high school then, and he started being fake or whatever, and I stopped fucking with him. And when he had 2 cousins that passed away. 2 that I was cool with. And I knew that we hadn't talked. We really hadn't been fucking with each other like that in years. So, when his cousins had passed away, both of them were murdered, I reached out to him both times. I'm like, if you need anything, you let me know, you know what I'm saying? I'll come by, you know, whatever. And he really thanked me for that. He recently got married or whatever, and I saw him in the store, and you know, he invited me to his wedding at the last fucking minute, but you know, it is what it is. But other than that, you know, I was happy for him. You know, although we're not friends like that no more, I'm still gonna be there for you when it really matters. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I do get what that was. But then it turned into Quad versus Toya. And now they're going back and forth. And you know, Quad just not with the shit. She don't want to talk. She doesn't want to deal with it. You know, she feels like Toya's being passive aggressive and all of that stuff. And you know what I'm saying? Toya said that she learned it all from Quad. And Quad can be a little bit passive aggressive. And they clearly love each other. And they, at some point, there was like this breakthrough that they had, and they started crying, and Quad was crying, and Quad apologized to Toya for being defensive and all of that other stuff, and you know, Toya accepted it, and you know, she just want Quad to know that she's there for her, and that's really all that matters. Sometimes in friendships, you have to curse each other out. Sometimes you got to call each other bitches to get your point across. Sometimes you just got to go there. And I've had a lot of that with my friends. You know, I'll be like, bitch, we'll go back and forth and we'll argue. And it'll be right back to where it was before we had that hump in a road. And that's what I love about this show. It's all about friendships, the dynamic of friendships. But with that being said, you guys, this is my review on Married to Medicine. All of my information, my social media, and all of that stuff is below. Make sure you like, rate, comment, subscribe, and share. And yeah, next video will be Growing Up Hip Hop. And then after that, Love and Hip Hop. And then Tiny and T.I.'s Family and Friends Hustle. And that's it for you guys. Yeah, be on the lookout for Unfiltered. Unfiltered will be out on Wednesday afternoon at 12 o'clock Central Time, 1 o'clock Eastern. So be prepared for that. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.